All right, let's talk about making a real impact in your tech career. If you're looking for a role that's not just a job, but a cornerstone of the industry, you have landed in the perfect spot. We're about to map out everything you need to know to become a seriously skilled and seriously in-demand SQL Server DBA. Ready to dive in? Let's go.
So let's get right to it. Is this you? Do you want to be that highly skilled DBA who really stands out? Because, the journey from just being interested in tech to becoming someone who is absolutely essential, well, that path is a lot clearer than you probably think. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
Okay, so every great journey starts with a why, right? Our call to adventure begins here. In a tech landscape that changes like every 5 minutes, you might wonder if the DBA role is still relevant. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not just surviving, it's absolutely thriving. And don't just take my word for it, let's look at some cold hard numbers.
Whoa, look at that. We're talking 18 to 22% projected growth for SQL Server DBAs through 2030. That's not just some random guess. That's coming from major players like Gartner and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. To put that in perspective, it's way higher than the average IT role. What does that spell out for you? JOBSCURITY, big time.
And here's the fundamental reason why. It's simple, really. Uptime matters. Companies absolutely run on their data. Think about it. Finance, sales, logistics, everything. It all comes down to databases that are up, secure, and fast. And most importantly, they have to be recoverable. The DBA is literally the last line of defense between a company running smoothly and a full-blown, catastrophic data disaster.
Okay, so what's the day-to-day actually look like? Are you just sitting there watching backups complete? No way. The role is way more dynamic than that. Let's actually map out this quest and see what a DBA really does.
You can really boil it down to these 5 core responsibilities. First, you've got installation and configuration, getting things set up right from the start. Then, security management, which is huge. Next, and this one's critical, backup and recovery. After that, performance tuning, making things fly. And finally, the big one, high availability and disaster recovery. That's all about making sure the business never stops no matter what. You're not just a tech person, you are the guardian of the database.
And here's the cool thing. DBA isn't just one size fits all. You can find your own flavor. Love tinkering with servers and the physical side of things? You're probably a systems DBA. Get a kick out of optimizing code and working with developers to write better SQL? That's the development DBA path. Or maybe you specialize in a big third-party app like an ERP or CRM system. Then you're an application DBA. There's a path for you.
All right, every hero on a quest needs their tools, their trusty sword and shield. For a DBA, that's your technical toolkit. Let's get into the skills that are absolute must-haves. These are the non-negotiables if you're serious about this.
Let's start with skill number 1, and honestly, it's the most important one, backup and recovery. It is never, ever a question of if something will go wrong, but when. Knowing your fulls, your differentials, your transaction logs, that's table stakes. The real test? Practicing your restores. Can you bring a database back to a specific second in time? Proving you can do that is what separates the real pros from, well, everyone else.
Okay, you're going to hear these two terms all the time, RPO and RTO. They sound technical, but they're actually business questions that drive everything we do. RPO, Recovery Point Objective, is simple. How much data are we okay with losing? An hour? 5 minutes? RTO, Recovery Time Objective, is how long can we be down? An hour? 10 minutes? Your entire backup and disaster recovery plan is literally designed to meet these two critical numbers.
Skill number 2, performance tuning. This is where you become a bit of a detective. It's the art and science of making things go fast. You take a query that's crawling, you pop open the hood, you analyze its execution plan, you hunt for clues in the weight statistics, and then, bam! You create the perfect index and suddenly it flies. This is where you become a hero to the business for sure.
And skill number 3, security. A DBA today has to be a security expert. You are protecting the company's crown jewels. It's data. This means you live and breathe the principle of least privilege, you're auditing who's doing what, you're encrypting data with things like TDE, and you're locking down the system by disabling or renaming super powerful accounts like SA. It's a huge, huge responsibility. So, if you think the DBA role is stuck in the past, think again. It is constantly changing, and right now it's being reshaped by two massive forces, the cloud and automation. Let's look at this new world and what it means for you.
This right here shows the big shift. On-prem, you're responsible for everything, the
The server, the power, the cooling, all of it. In the cloud, with something like Azure SQL, Microsoft handles all that heavy lifting for you. So the modern DBA's job is to understand the trade-offs. Do you need total control, or is the automation and convenience of a managed service the smarter play? It's a key decision.
And the other game changer? DevOps. Forget manually clicking through wizards. Today's DBA is writing code. You're using powerful tools like PowerShell and DBA tools to automate everything. You're treating your database changes just like application code, pushing them through a CI/CD pipeline. All those boring, repetitive tasks? They're being replaced by smart, repeatable automation. It's a whole new way of working.
Okay, theory is great. We've talked about what a DBA does and why it's so critical. But now let's get to the part you really care about. How do you actually prove you can do this stuff, land that job, and start building your career? You want to know the secret to getting hired? It's this: build a portfolio. Stop just telling people you have skills. Show them. This 30-day plan is your roadmap. By the end of it, you'll have a GitHub repo that proves you can do the work. Imagine showing a hiring manager, here's the script I wrote to do a point-in-time restore, or here's my disaster recovery runbook. That is how you stand out from the crowd.
Let me be crystal clear about this. In today's market, cloud skills are not optional, they are a requirement. And the certification that screams, I know the modern cloud, is the DP300, the Azure Database Administrator Associate. Go look at job postings. You'll see it everywhere. It's the credential that opens doors.
And all that hard work, all that expertise, it pays off. Big time. Just look at these typical salary ranges in the US. You can see a very clear, very rewarding career path. You start as a junior, learning the ropes with backups and restores, and you grow into a senior role where you're designing the architecture for the entire company. The potential is fantastic.
Wow. Okay. We have covered a ton of ground, haven't we? From the core duties of a DBA to where the role is headed with cloud and automation, and even a concrete plan to get your foot in the door. So now it's time to bring it all home.
Look, what we've been talking about isn't just some textbook theory. It's about getting your hands dirty with the stuff that matters: security, recovery, performance tuning. This is practical. This is career-focused. And you know what? This is transformation. It's about changing where you are into where you want to be.
So there it is. The roadmap is clear. The path to becoming a skilled, respected, and highly sought-after SQL Server DBA is laid out right in front of you. If you're really serious about leveling up your tech career, it's time. It's time to stop watching and start doing. So the only question left is, when are you going to begin?